Growing up in Japan, I thought that every family ate mushrooms several times a week. But then I moved to the United States and realized that wasn't the case. Here, people put mushrooms on pizza and salad. In Japan, mushrooms go into just about everything. They go into rice, noodles, side dishes, hot pot. They're everywhere. Now, don't get me wrong, I love mushrooms on pizza. But saying that mushrooms are for pizza toppings is kind of like saying that tomatoes are only for ketchup. So why is it that Japanese families eat so many mushrooms? Is it just a tradition? Or were our grandparents onto something long before modern science? Hi, I'm Alisa. I'm a nurse practitioner and I grew up in Japan. In this series, I'm taking foods that were completely ordinary in my childhood and comparing them with what modern science is discovering today, especially as it relates to blood sugar, weight management, healthy aging, and metabolic health. If you've watched my previous videos, you might have noticed something. Japanese eating isn't about one magic food. It's about lots of simple habits working together. And this is a piece of that puzzle: mushrooms. I have to admit, as a kid, I absolutely hated mushrooms. But my mother kept serving them several times a week. And by the time I became a teenager, my taste buds changed and I started to love them. We even went mushroom hunting in the woods as a family. Only the edible ones, of course. Although some people say all mushrooms are edible, at least once. Years later, after becoming a nurse practitioner, I noticed that researchers all over the world were becoming interested in mushrooms as well. Not because they're trendy, but because they help support healthy blood sugar, healthy aging, and gut health. And some are even studying certain mushrooms for their possible role in cancer prevention and immune function. In Japanese, the word for mushrooms is kinoko. Can you say it with me? Kinoko. Congratulations! Now you know how to say one more word in Japanese than you did before. One thing I've noticed after spending the last decade helping people manage their chronic illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity is that people are always looking for the perfect supplement. People ask me, what's the best probiotic? But almost nobody ever asks, what should I feed the probiotics? What do you mean, feed the probiotics, you say? Well, let's backtrack a little bit. Your gut has good bacteria and bad bacteria living inside you. When we say probiotics, we're referring to the good bacteria, and there are trillions of them living inside you. People spend tons of money buying probiotics, but never think about feeding them. So it's a little bit like baking sourdough bread. Everyone's baking sourdough these days. You can't just make sourdough starter once and expect it to continue making delicious sourdough bread forever. You have to feed it, otherwise it won't thrive. Your gut bacteria work in a surprisingly similar way. They need to be fed too, and one of their favorite foods is fiber, and mushrooms happen to have that fiber. But it's the kind of fiber that your body can't digest well. As it travels down into your digestive system, the beneficial bacteria eat that fiber, and then they produce the substance to help support your gut. So maybe the question that you should be asking is not which probiotics should I buy, but what should I feed my probiotic? One thing I love about Japanese mushrooms is that it's usually not the main event. When my kids ask me what's for dinner, I don't announce, "Hey, we're having mushrooms tonight, guys." it just doesn't work like that. Mushrooms are used in a lot of different dishes on a regular basis, kind of like the way you would use onions and garlic, a little here, a little there. And when you eat a little bit at a time over a long period of time, it becomes beneficial to you, not by eating a giant plate of mushrooms once a month. And there's so many to choose from. There's shiitake, enoki, maitake, shimeji, and of course there are your regular local grocery store mushrooms like buttons. You might say, well, that's great, but I have no idea what to do with enoki mushrooms. Well, my next video is going to be about how to cook these mushrooms. You'd be surprised how easy it is and how delicious they are. And after that, we're going to solve another Japanese food mystery. This one is probably sitting in your local grocery store right now. It's inexpensive, it's overlooked, and it feeds the gut bacteria in a completely different way. Yep, it's cabbage. And if you're interested in the research behind today's video, take a look at the description below. I put some links in there. And be sure to watch my other videos and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and make sure to feed your gut, and they'll help make you the most delicious you.